In a recent forum on electoral reform, Nigerian stakeholders critically examined the current electoral system, raising concerns about transparency, accountability, and the independence of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). The executive director of the Abuja School of Social and Political Thought emphasized the need to reinforce INEC's autonomy as political interference reportedly undermines its ability to conduct free and fair elections. He suggested that INEC has been susceptible to manipulation by political actors, a trend he argued posed a serious threat to democratic integrity.
You cannot have INEC appointed by the president executive and expect that they're going to be that independent. Now we are seeing an emerging trend where INEC is now, new INEC will be probably made up of directors, ex-directors, civil servants who have worked in INEC, and that poses more danger. We've seen the two nominations. We are hearing the story that one of the former rec at Lagos, Edo, is going to be the chairman. Now, what we are seeing is a complete takeover of the electoral management body in a way that you can't even guarantee any procedure. We should pay more attention to the procedure of electoral management. Make it more participatory, clear, nothing is left for chance, and the ultimate is that results will be declared of the polling unit, transferred electronically, and we know, and we should use collection as a procedure to subvert real results that are harvested at the polling unit.
Participants highlighted issues with the judiciary's increasing role in determining electoral outcomes, which they believe erodes public trust in the electoral process and diminishes the electorate voice. Some advocated for a restructuring of the election oversight framework, proposing a multi-stakeholder electoral board that would include civil society and impartial bodies to strengthen transparency. They argued that without meaningful reform, citizens will remain discouraged from participating, further weakening democratic engagement. As a solution, panelists called for a comprehensive reforms to rebuild public trust, reduce voter apathy, and ensure that Nigeria's democracy is both inclusive and representative.
There is an absence of conversation around discursive power, in our country, and the effect of power on how the state is run. There is an autocracy against the nation state, either within the political class or classes outside the political class. Once we begin to put the discussion on the table around power, we begin to fashion solutions.
There's a trust deficit. System has failed the people, and until you re-echo that systemic decay to upscale the zeal of the people, if you criminalize vote, people will come and vote and tear the ballot paper and put it inside the ballot box. And waste it because of the anger. People will turn out to vote if they know that the system will produce the outcome. Otherwise, people won't turn out.
As much as we want to discuss the electoral management body and the judiciary, we need again to focus a lot more on the political parties and their capacity, willingness to comply with the rules, regulations, and follow the processes accordingly.
We need to put a lot of energy in deepening democracy first, and that democracy, we deepen it in such a way that it forces an electoral system to function. We need an electoral board, for instance, that is primarily responsible, for nominating or selecting the chairperson of INEC and other commissioners of INEC, not the executive. The whole process of this institution, of the electoral institution process, is very important.